Alright, today we're going to be talking about Quicksilver, and that feels really good to say because he is a character that I've been wanting for a very long time, and he did not disappoint. He is a really strong character. I feel like there's definitely potential for him to be Champion of the Year. So yeah, we're going to do a quick damage test here on Normal Legends, and then we're going to go for Utility Showcase in Act 7. So my rotation here for the 565 is that I'm going to build up to an SP2 after I get Terminal Velocity. Then I'm going to double my Whiplashes because that's what you do in the SP2. And then I'm going for the SP1 with the increased attack rating. And you want to throw the SP1 while the Whiplashes are detonating. So it will just like do some massive damage. So now we're in Terminal Velocity. So now I'm going to try to build up to my SP2 now, while also building up my Whiplashes. Which, by the way, it's so easy to build them up because like you get them on your basic kits, right? And you refresh them so easily. So it's like really hard to mess up his rotation, in my opinion. So yeah, we're building up to the SP2 here. We're going to drop it right here. And now we're going to either let them detonate here, or we're going to like try to extend the window a little bit, which we choose to extend the window. And now we're at the SP1. So we drop it here with the increased attack, and yeah, 400,000 detonation, 108, which is a really solid time in my opinion. Alright, now we're here in Act 7. This is the kinetic transference lane, and Quicksilver is really good for this because he has really easy access to Wither. Every time you dex, you apply a Wither basically, and it's really easy to maintain them and pause them. So here I'm going to build up my terminal velocity by just dashing back a ton. I do this a lot in this video just because it's like a really easy way to build them up without having to use a special attack. So yeah, the whole point of this fight is to just show like how good he is at like power control. Well, like not power control, but like ability power rate control. So now we have 6 withers, so every time she takes a blocked hit, she's gonna like melt her power. And just like nodes like this, he's just really good for because like he has really easy access to the like to stop it. So now we're gonna try to build up to our SP2 after getting terminal velocity, and that should be it. So it's a really straightforward fight with Quicksilver. Definitely one of the best counters to this node, or like just like this path in general, just because like he has really easy access to counter it. And now we're gonna go for the SP2 right here, and that should be it. We don't have to go for the SP1 here because like the health pool isn't too high. Cause yeah, look right there, that detonation just like absolutely wipes her out. Alright, now we have this Dr. Doom here, and Quicksilver is notoriously one of the best Dr. Doom counters because you just parry, heavy, dash back a couple times, and he is completely countered. I'll show you right here. So I just go for the parry, then I do a heavy attack, I spam dash back, and then yeah, nothing he can do about it, and he's about to get slowed. So a really easy counter to Dr. Doom, like right there, he's already slowed. That was like 10 seconds into the fight as well, so it's just like a really simple counter. And now we have the withers up, so he's gonna like not get any power every time he hits our block. So yeah, a really strong counter to this matchup overall. So now we're gonna try to bait out his SP1, but we failed to do so, so we have to push into the SP2. And yeah, we have the same game plan here as the last fight. We just try to build to our SP2 while we're in terminal velocity, and then we just let them detonate. That's like the whole game plan for this whole video pretty much. You just like build up to the SP2, let them detonate, and then they just like, they melt pretty much. So now we have, oh by the way, you want to drop the SP2 when you're above 25 whiplashes because that causes them to like instantly detonate, and it just like makes for an easier time pretty much. So like right there, the window starts happening for it to detonate, but I choose to go in instead and try to get to the SP1 for like a bigger detonation, but I feel like that was just unnecessary for me to do. And yeah, Quicksilver, really good Dr. Doom counter. This node is a really fun time with Quicksilver. This is the Spite, Enhanced Parry Power Gain, and Recharge node. So the plan here is to just like try to build up our withers. I do that by going to the corner and dexing his attacks. And then I'm going to parry, and you're going to see he has Spite on, but he's not gaining any power because we have the withers up. So now we can just really gain our power, and then we can just go for the SP2, and then that should be it. So this is power shield as well, so like the detonation is going to go absolutely crazy. So now he goes for his SP1, which applies withers to him, which is perfect, so we don't have to worry about any more power gain as well. And yeah, this is just a really, really fun fight. Like Quicksilver is insane for this path just because he has like the counter to every single part of it pretty much. So now we're going to build up our whiplashes and then go for one more big SP2, and that should be it. Right here, I go for a medium, light, medium combo to trigger it early. I have 2 traumas on now, and then, yeah, that's about it. Perfect fight, like, absolutely perfect fight. Only 54 seconds as well. Now it's time for Punisher 2099 on the same node. This fight can be difficult at times if you don't bring the right counter, just because it's Punisher and his special attacks are annoying, plus you'll have Spite. So, like, there's a lot of issues with this fight, but for Quicksilver, it's just another really fun cheese fest. Like, you dash back here, try to build up your withers, and now I have 3 of them, so I can just, like, parry freely. But I accidentally messed up here. I didn't parry until, like, a really long time. So, like, yeah, I'm taking a long time to parry, which kind of sucks. But, now we have it on, but now our withers are gone. So, unfortunate, but he still works for this node really well, even if you mess up like I did right there. So now we're going to drop the SB2. Big damage because of Power Shield. And now we're going to try to dex his SP1, which we failed to do because I just cannot dex apparently. So, yeah. And also, like, you see there, it was just really easy to maintain our whiplashes. Like, we almost messed it up, but you can just, like, literally double medium and it's just, like, they refresh. So it's, like, a really easy time. And, yeah, that's that was, like, 53 seconds, I believe. Yeah, even faster than before. Now, this matchup, I feel like, is the perfect test for Quicksilver because it has diversion, which means you get faltered every couple of seconds, and it also has the Spider-Man who evades a ton, and it also has Supercharge. So, like, all of these nodes, Quicksilver just counters really, really well, and you're going to see that in this matchup. So, we're going to dash back a little bit. Now he is slowed, so I can just, like, go in freely, and he's about to get the falter on us as well, but we're just going to ignore that completely because we have the charges built up. So yeah, like, you can just see so far this is going really, really well. Like, every single part of this node he is countering. And now we have the withers up, so Supercharge is no longer a thing as well. Like, this is just like a perfect showcase of his utility, to be honest. Like, he is handling it very, very well. I know this like isn't how you want to play the node, but I feel like it's still, like, important to show that he counters these things really easily. So now we're at terminal velocity, so now I can get to the SB2, and that's just gonna be it. Now we have above 25 charges, so once we drop the SB2, it's just going to detonate immediately. Well, after a quick window, but still. I don't know why it went in here. I should have just let it detonate, like, on its own, which it does, and he melts. So that was a really solid fight. He just countered every single aspect of that, to be honest. So now we have this Power Snack Feed of Energy node. This is, like, a really strong test for champs that, like, have withers or have, like, ability power rate control, because not only do you have Power Snack, we also have Feed of Energy as well. So this fight goes really, really well, though, in my opinion. Just because we can build the withers really easily, and then when we hit 1 bar of power, he's just not going to gain any power from it. So it's just a really easy time with Quicksilver. So we built up their SP1. You can see that he triggered power gain there, but we're just, like, reversing it at this point. So, like, really simple counter to this. And also, Quicksilver does not have the Dexterity Mastery. The Dexterity Mastery, it's replaced with Wither. So, like, no worry about Power Snack as well. It's just a really easy time with Quicksilver, and now we can just go for the SP2 after this, and that'll just be it. We are getting a bit unlucky on the Whiplash triggers, though, which that'd probably be, like, my only complaint about Quicksilver, is that, like, nothing is guaranteed with him when it comes to his damage output, because it takes a bit of time to build up his whiplashes, and they're not even guaranteed to trigger, so, like, you know. But it's not my biggest complaint, to be honest. Like, there are more champs with, like, even more RNG, so it's fine. And then we go for the SP1, and then a massive detonation right there. So a really clean fight by Quicksilver. And I just want to show this one thing, like, when you're at terminal velocity, you get an increased dex window, and that's how I was able to dex its SB2 right there. Like, that's all I want to show in this fight. The matchup was, like, pretty regular outside of that. I accidentally did my detonation too early, so I didn't get to, like, do the maximum damage here. But yeah, I just wanted to show that one part about, like, the SB2 dex. So now this is a Dormammu on the same exact node, Feed of Energies, Power Snack, and Quicksilver is, like, a really good Dormammu counter because he has no, like, base buffs. You literally just only have, yeah, you don't have any buffs at all. Like, that's just how it works. Quicksilver does not have dexterity, and he doesn't have any buffs in his kit. So, like, he has no buffs, basically. And here we're just going to try to go for the SP2 like usual. We don't have enough withers here, unfortunately, so he does gain a little bit of power, but it's not too much to worry about anyway. So now we're almost at terminal velocity, and you know what that means. We're going to go for SP2 after that, and then that should be it. There I kind of whiffed the heavy attack. I just didn't time that well, I guess, but like, I mean, it's fine. But look at the withers putting in work right there. They're like reversing the power gain, which is perfect. Like, you love to see it. And now we're just going to go for the SP2 after we beat out the SP1. Oh, I can't talk right now. So, yeah, really easy time with Quicksilver. Like, as you would expect. And yeah, now I go for the medium combo to make sure that I can just trigger them instantly. And then, yeah, it's about it. A huge detonation right here. Yep, perfect. 281k. Really solid time by Quicksilver as well. Now, last but not least, we have this Footloose path. Quicksilver, really easy access to slow, so this just becomes a bit of a joke fight. Parry heavy, dash back a ton, and then, yeah, that's about it. You just get the slow on, and then, yeah, nothing to worry about at all in this matchup anymore. So it's just a really easy time. Now you're just fighting regular Sunspot at this point. So yeah, like, I really love Quicksilver just because of how easy his access is to his utility. Yeah, he just like provides a lot of utility, and he like gets it so easily, to be honest. Like this slow debuff, we had to dash back a couple times, and we just had it immediately. So like, just really solid character, just because of how easy his utility is to access. So now we're gonna go for the SP2 here. He's playing really passive, but like, it doesn't even matter, to be honest. He's gonna throw it eventually. Yeah, he throws it right there. Now we're just gonna SP2 real quick. Or not, maybe I'm gonna do a full combo first. But yeah, this should wrap it up real quick. Now we have 70 whiplashes, and yeah, he just melts. And for the final fight of this video, it's just gonna be another She-Hulk on the same path. Just another really easy Quicksilver fight because he has really easy access to his slow debuff. So yeah, nothing too much to worry about here, just because like it's a really simple fight. We're just gonna parry heavy, dash back a couple of times, and yeah, we have the slow up like really fast. We're gonna do a quick 5 combo, and then yeah, the slow is active, so now we can just like sit here and just do nothing pretty much. Like, I just love how easy it is for him to counter these matchups. Like, one SP1, or like either one SP1 or like just dashing back a bunch of times, and he just counters these fights so easily, man. It is incredible. That's why I like him so much, just because like he's such an easy counter to these nodes, and his damage output is so practical as well. Like, he is just a really well-designed character. So now we're almost at terminal velocity, and we're about to hit it, so I'm going to go for the SP2 here. Or not, or not, I guess. Now we drop the SP2, and she's just going to melt completely. Or she's going to throw the SP1. Okay, you get the point. Now I'm going to drop the SP1 for the increased attack rating, which was unnecessary, but yeah, that wraps that up. And that wraps up this video as well. So let me know your thoughts on Quicksilver. I think he is definitely Champion of the Year material, but I do want to hear your thoughts on him. Do you think he is the best? Do you think he is like the second or third best? Let me know your thoughts on him, and yeah, that's about it for me.